Alright, gather around because chapter 409 is pure comedy and chaos. Let's set the scene. Deline is standing there, absolutely bewildered, looking at Kayden and Gestella hanging out together. He's like, wait, why's she here? I thought she sided with you. But I didn't expect you two to literally travel together. Kayden then asks Deline if he was seriously planning to hand himself over to Frame, just to get the cure for his disciple's friend. Deline then asked if he wasn't doing the same thing for Jiwoo. Kayden basically ignores the emotional moment. Asks for the name of the drug needed for Jisuk treatment. Deline said, it is AW3. And add, it prevents breaking down during forced awakening. Kayden tells Deline, don't make any more stupid plans, and just wait. He is taking matters into his own hands. As they walk away, Kayden is grumbling and complaining about having to do all this work for Jiwoo. Gestella looks at him like he's crazy and asks if he's seriously going to march into the enemy's base right now. She decides to tag along just to see how far he's going to take this nonsense. But then, Kayden drops the ultimate lazy boss move. He turns to Gestella and says, then at least help me out? Pick me up. Yes, you heard that right. He wants her to carry him to the enemy base in his fat cat form because it saves his energy. Gestella actually agrees and scoops up the chubby orange cat. And in the middle of this super serious, tense moment, she gets totally distracted by how soft and squishy he is, staring at him and thinking, plump ears. Kayden has to snap her out of it and tell her to get moving. Over at Frame, everyone is sweating bullets because Kayden and Gestella just casually showed up uninvited. The lower-ranking members are panicking, wondering why they are there. Meanwhile, inside the boss room, Kayden meets with Schnauder and Suffrey, the bosses of Frame, and gets straight to the point. Hand over the AW3 drug. Suffrey instantly realized that Deline snitched on them, and they angrily declare that they need to eliminate him. But Kayden casually shuts them down, saying, that would be a problem. I need him. So hand over the drug and don't touch Deline. Frame is outraged. Schnauder asks if he's out of his mind to just barge in and make demands. So, Kayden offers them a trade. If they give him the drug, he will completely forgive and forget all the times they tried to assassinate him in the past. Suffrey does the math in his head. He realizes that with Andre gone and the top 10 fighters joining forces, fighting Kayden right now would be an absolute disaster. Handing over the drug is actually a huge win for them to avoid getting wiped out. He says, okay, we'll grant your. But before she can finish, Schnauder completely loses his temper, cuts her off, and screams, and oh, how dare you threaten us? And boom. The negotiations completely fall apart, setting us up for an epic clash. Kayden is standing fearlessly in front of Schnauder, completely owning the room. The boss, Suffrey, is trying to keep the peace. She thinks that fighting Kayden right now would destroy their entire organization, especially after losing Andre. She tells the other enraged boss, Schnauder, they shouldn't fight. But Schnauder isn't having it. He growls, what happens when people find out that we submitted to his threats? Suffrey points out that Kayden is practically begging for a fight with the crazy look in his eyes. Kayden, cool as ice, steps forward and says, you seem to be misunderstanding. I'm not blackmailing you. I'm only exerting my right. The bosses are stunned. All right. Kayden lays it all out. He reminds them that Frame and Andre, specifically, tried to assassinate him multiple times. He says he is being generous by offering to completely bury their past crimes in exchange for just 2 measly requests. In her mind, Gestella is sweating, thinking he's ridiculously shameless, yet somehow quite convincing. But Kayden knows exactly how to play Schnauder. He looks the aggressive boss dead in the eye and hits him where it hurts, his pride. He acknowledges Schnauder's strength, and he will accept his challenge later. Schnauder laughing out loud saying he doesn't need Kayden's acknowledgement, but then drops the ultimate flex. Schnauder, have you ever defeated a top 10 ranker? Because currently, I've taken down 3-inch. The room goes dead silent. They can't deny it. Kayden is the only one who has managed to kill 3 supposedly undefeated top 10 rankers. Kayden tells Schnauder that he knows he wants to fight strong opponents. So he makes him a promise. I'll fight you if you decide to challenge me. Anytime. With the deal struck, Kayden and Gestella leave Frame's base. Gestella looks at him and calmly remarks that he has gotten much better at both talking and fighting. Meanwhile, back at the home, Jiwoo and the gang are wondering where Kayden went. Suddenly, Kayden and Gestella appeared. Kayden dropped, contact Shinhwa. I brought what they needed to treat Jisuk. Jiwoo's eyes go wide. Is that really? Kayden smirks and confirms he went straight to Frame to get it. Everyone immediately panics. They know Frame wouldn't just hand it over for free, and they assume Kayden must have slaughtered half their base. Kayden calmly assures them he didn't fight anyone, saying he got it in exchange for a debt they owed him. Gestella steps in and backs him up, saying she was with him the whole time, and surprisingly, he's telling the truth. Jiwoo is so overwhelmed with gratitude that he jumps up and hugs Kayden, crying, you always surprise me. Later, outside, Kayden sincerely thanks Gestella. He admits that if she hadn't been standing there with him, Frame would never have agreed, and a massive war would have broken out. Gestella looks at him thoughtfully and says, do you know? You only say thanks for matters regarding your disciple. Kayden looks a bit surprised, rubs the back of his neck, and mutters, do I? Come to think of it, that might be the case. Gestella, with a small, knowing smile, corrects him. It's not might be the case. It is the case.